Hey guys, it's Toby, and we're going to be building a gaming PC for £1,000. Let's go. Alright, first of all we've got Intel Core i5 4670K. This is a quad-core processor clocked at 3.4 GHz. Now this is Intel's Haswell line of processors. It's really good in terms of price to performance, and it's got smaller architecture compared to the AMD's, and in all honesty it's really good for gaming because a lot of people used to use the 3670K, which was the Ivy Bridge range, and this is a step up from it. As well as this, since it's a 4670K where the K means it's an unlocked chip, we can overclock this to our heart's content, and in this build that's what we're going to do. And since we're going to be overclocking, this brings us on to the Noctua NH-L9i. It's our CPU cooler, and with this you can hit about 4 GHz on the Core i5 4670K without a problem at all. It's a 92mm fan and it's really quiet as well when it's spinning, so yeah, it's really good for overclocking. Coming onto the motherboard, we have an Asus Z87-A. This is a USB 3.0 motherboard. It's got 4 RAM slots and it's got 2 PCI 3.0 slots, which means you can actually get 2 graphics cards and run them in Crossfire or SLI. As well as this, it also has 6 SATA 3 ports, which means the data transfer rate between SSDs and hard drives will be really fast, the fastest you can get actually. And as well as this, it's also got 8-channel HD audio, USB 3.0, all the usual connections you will find on any motherboard. But it's also got FanXpert 2, which is a piece of software which allows you to customize the fan controls, which means you can get even better performance from the Noctua. Coming on to the graphics cards, we're going to be using a GTX 780. This one here is from Asus, and it's a DirectCu 2 version. It's got 3 gigs of GDDR5. This is arguably the best graphics card you can get right now, apart from the 780 Ti, but however on Amazon it's almost impossible to find. If you can find that, that's great, but for £400 you can't really go wrong here with the GTX 780. It'll play every game you throw it at max ultra settings: Battlefield 4, Crysis 3, Metro Last Light, everything you can think of. This arguably performs better than the Titan, but for £400 you can't really go wrong here. As well as this, you can also get another one of these and run in SLI. Coming onto the RAM, we have 8 gigs of G.Skill Ripjaws. It's clocked at 2133 MHz, and for the money you can't really go wrong here. You can even overclock this to 2400 MHz and it will still work perfectly. The extra speed just gives you about a frame or 2 extra in games. Coming onto the hard drive, we have a 1TB Western Digital Caviar Green. This should be enough for all of our media like music, videos, games, etc. If you need more, you can get like a 2TB version for about £50 to £55. If you need less, you can get like a 500 gig version for about £40, and the green one is actually cheaper than the blue one. So yeah, if you already have a hard drive laying around somewhere, maybe from one of your previous builds, you can get an SSD. The SSD we have here is one from SanDisk, and it's 64 gigs. It's part of their Pulse range. It's got SATA 3.0, which means you can get 6 gigabits a second transfer rate on this. However, it's only 64 gigs, so if you plan on putting a lot of games on this, you probably can't. You can probably put 1 or 2 maybe. However, you can also put Windows on this or your Linux, and it will boot up really quickly and it will close out really quickly. Coming on to the power supply, we have an XFX P1 850S. This is a 850 watt power supply, and it'll be more than enough to power the 780 and the i5 4670K without a problem at all, including the overclock as well. If you plan on getting 2 graphics cards, you might need to look at say a 1000 watt power supply just to make sure you're on the safe side. However, 850 watts will be more than enough for this build. And finally, coming onto the case, we have an NZXT Phantom. This is a really nice case. It's USB 3.0. It's quite big as well, so it will support our GTX 780 without a problem at all. You've got a lot of room in there for your cable management, and it also has good airflow. If you ever need to add more hard drives, you can do that easily because it's got a lot of hard drive bays. As well as this case also has quite a few windows, so if you put some LED fans in there, it will show up really nicely. If you like an alternative case, you can get the Corsair Carbide Series 300R. This is a really nice case because it's utilitarian. It's pretty big, it's got good airflow, USB 3.0, everything you expect from a case, and as well as this will support the GTX 780 without a problem at all. And yeah, that's it guys, thanks for listening. Leave us a like if you like this video, leave us some feedback down below in the comments, check out all the links in the description for all of the products we've mentioned in this video, and if you actually do plan on buying any or all of these products, please use our Amazon A-Store links as they'll really help us grow. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and also check out all of the other links in the description as well. We'll see you next time, and thanks for listening.